Hey everyone, hey vlog. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 12, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks so much for coming back, and y'all already know the drill. I have been up working. So got up this morning, got my morning routine done. I can't say that I slept very well. I went to bed very late. So if you see it on my face, ignore it. Ignore it and give me grace. But I did not get to sleep very early. My mind was just racing with like a million things I had to do. Got up, jumped right into work, and I actually just wrapped up like an hour-long meeting with one of my coworkers, and it was really productive. I will say that one thing I love about working on this team is that you are dealing with people who are experts in their field and in their craft. And so you jump on these calls to kind of pick their brains and get resources. But as you're doing that, you're also learning stuff yourself. And so it was super helpful. I really appreciate him kind of answering my dumb questions and just being just super nice about it. So that was a great meeting. Now I am feeling a little hungry, but also know that if I eat right now, I'm probably gonna slow down. I don't know about y'all, but when I eat, sometimes I just get really sleepy. And so I'm kind of avoiding it. I'm just still drinking coffee. Like, it's after 1 o'clock and I'm still drinking coffee. It is what it is. But I need to get back to work because I kind of gave him a little bit of homework, which means I gotta do some homework myself to get him up to speed. So I'm gonna knock that out. I do have Vlogmas Day 11 scheduled, so it should be up very soon. But that's about it. I can't say what today is gonna look like because I'm really not sure. And I've mentioned this in previous vlogs. You guys always say that there isn't a lot of monotony, that you don't feel like the vlogs are boring, but I always feel that way myself, and I have to almost like preface that I don't know how interesting things are gonna get. But I hope you've enjoyed them so far and seeing a bit of my day yesterday, not to mention also Dustin's day. Going into the workshop, and he doesn't do that every day, but whenever he's working on very custom projects like bookshelves or coffee tables, closet unit, he will go to that workshop and get his stuff done. And we used to have a house in Atlanta, so he could just do all of that in the garage. He had like a whole toolkit thing going on. But here, unfortunately, in New York City, in a small 2-bedroom apartment, he cannot do that stuff in here. So he has to go to a workshop to knock that out. And the car has obviously made that a lot easier for him. So I hope y'all like seeing a glimpse of it. I thought it was so sweet that he tried to record some content for me. It was really helpful. But yeah, I need to get back to work and see how much research I can accomplish in about the next hour, and then moving back to outlining a bit and working on my next presentation script. But that's basically the day. So I will check back in as always, and I hope you all are having an amazing day so far.
What are you doing? Why are you harassing your brother?
Hey vlog, I am back. It's been a few hours. You can see outside the lovely sunset. I was just talking to my coworker about how early the sun sets now, which just really throws you off. Y'all be careful out here with that seasonal depression because I'm telling you, I don't know how it looks like that already, and it's not even like 5 o'clock yet. But had a pretty productive day nonetheless. I did start out more research heavy and doing a bit of my outline and doing some user research, but then had a couple of meetings added to the docket, and so I took care of those. I would say they went fairly well considering, because I do love collaborating with my teammates, so I'm never shying away from a good one-on-one meeting. But all of that went really well, and now I'm going to take the last like 30 minutes I have of work and just really lean in, wrap up some things I was working on earlier, and then probably call it a day. I'm gonna see if I can hurry up and wrap Dustin's gifts before he gets home, but we'll see, because one thing he's not gonna do is catch me slipping. So I'm gonna see if I can knock those out, because I'm getting so paranoid about him seeing his gifts that I even had a dream last night about him opening one of his gifts and like using them, and it really pissed me off for some reason. So it's like my psyche is telling me, Sheena, wrap these gifts up. So I'm gonna do that. Beyond that, again, fairly chill day, just another day working. All right, another day of the 9 to 5. I will say the rest of this week does get a bit more interesting and will hopefully be a bit more engaging, because I am having some friends over on Thursday night for a nice little like dinner date thing, a double date dinner date. because they haven't met our new pets yet, and we haven't seen them in several months. And so we're going to catch up with them. And then on Friday, I have a dinner date with my bestie, Devin. And so we're going to meet up somewhere, probably like a restaurant, have a chat. I will reintroduce him to the channel. If you guys were watching a long time ago, I'm talking like pre-COVID, Devin has been on this channel before, but like I'm happy to come full circle and bring him on here again. So things do get more eventful, but thanks for just hanging with me while I'm going through the normal ebbs and flows of the work week as like a full-time employee and a part-time artist. So yeah, that's about it. Again, I really appreciate you all tuning in and for all the nice comments and engagement. It means a lot to me, for real. And I guess I will check in when there are more things happening.
So I came into the bathroom to do a little bit of a tidy up and tidying the rest of the apartment, and look who I see in here. Little Cinnabon Bruno. He has his own bed. He just always has to come in here and lay. But the other reason I came in here, I somehow this morning was in a rush and I dropped my little jewelry jar ring holder, and now it is broken. I am so sad about it. Like, look at this. So I'm going to gather all the pieces, vacuum it up, and then I'm going to replace it with this one. In that jar, I just kept like my go-to jewelry pieces, and also like this, I want to say, I don't want to call it a replacement ring, but this is my backup ring for whenever we go on vacation or go anywhere where I don't want to lose my real engagement ring. So yeah, I'm just gonna put them in here now. I don't know if anyone else has gone through this, but I feel like as of late, I have just been so freaking clumsy, which is part of the reason why I broke my other holder. And I think it may be lack of sleep or age. I don't know. I'm just very clumsy. I'm working on that. Speaking of this, I had a little moment of like revelation that came to me when I went to grab this, and I will tell you why.
So I feel like the older that I get, there seems like there's always a lesson in everything, right? So I showed you all that jar that I was holding my jewelry in. I broke it and then just replaced it. Well, both of those jars were candles. And the reason why Dustin bought them is because he knew, number one, that I like the smell of the candle. And if they look really nice, even better, right? And there was a moment in time where Dustin had bought me another nice candle jar, and it came to my mind, an idea, a concept of making a candle that you can burn, obviously, and when you run out of the candle wax and you're done, the wick is at the bottom, you could easily clean it out and make it a plant. And the seeds would be provided, or the soil. Like, it would almost be like a little kit, a little all-in-one, so that you knew that as soon as you burned the candle, you had a kit you could put into it to grow a plant or to propagate a plant. And this idea just kind of came to me randomly, either before bed or in the shower, and I just let it pass through. And would y'all believe that I get on TikTok this morning, okay, and I see that someone has come up with this concept. I can't remember what his name is on TikTok. It's like Nomad Dude or something, but someone is at a flea market and they come across his table, and that is the product. That is the product. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this is becoming the story of my life. Do you know how often I do things like this? Like, I come up with concepts, whether it's art, product for my shop, anything, and I'll put it off, I won't give it a second thought, and then literally weeks later, I will see someone else come up with it. And if any of you follow me on social media, you have seen me make a TikTok or reel talking about this book, okay? Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And there is a chapter in this book where she talks about her coming up with this amazing concept for a book, for a novel. And she puts it off, she doesn't write it, she doesn't really put time into it or effort, she just does a little bit of drafting here and there. And then she ends up having a lunch with a friend that she hasn't seen in years. And would y'all believe that at this lunch, the friend starts talking about the same story, the same concept, and that she is working on it and getting ready to publish. And keep in mind, Elizabeth did not tell her. She did not tell her about this concept whatsoever. It is just so weird how the universe works and how interconnected we are as humans, that when you come up with an idea, you have to remember, like, there are millions of beings on this planet. And more than likely, as you're ideating about it, someone else is. Except if they take action faster than you, It is now their idea and it's not yours. And could Elizabeth go out and publish the same story? Sure. But who wants to do that? Like, could I go out and make the same candle line? Sure. But it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like I have come across this guy's TikTok. He has reminded me of an idea that I put to the back burner and then now I'm going to execute because he has executed. That's just not my style. That's just not how I work as a person. So I have talked about this book at length. I probably need to reread it in 2024, but if you learn nothing from this little mini segment of me ranting, it's if you have an idea, you feel strongly about it, act on it. Take some action, whether it's trademarking, copywriting, sending out prototypes overseas. Do something with it, because I'm telling you, there are so many lost opportunities because people like myself do not act on things. And whether it's fear, lack of confidence, lack of resources, it's really hard to say where my mind was in the moment. But all that I can say is that I really hope he is successful in this business and I hope he does well. Maybe I'll even support it, because I can't even be mad at him. This is just someone who had a great idea and decided to actually take the steps to bring it to fruition. Whereas I thought about it and kept it in my brain. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing, but I just had to mention that tidbit. I had to get it out, and I hope it inspires you to take action, okay? All right, we're done. Look at that. The beauty of living in New York. You get what you need same day from Sephora. Y'all, I'm up here trying to edit, and look at this. He just keeps hopping back up here. Remy. No, sir. You gotta go. You gotta go. Get on. He's ridiculous. So I am no beauty influencer, but here are some pickups. Some things are tried and true. Some things I'm trying new. Okay, so first we have this here, the Skin Fix. You all have seen me use it before. It just works. I have had this recommended by my esthetician and I've used it for at least a year and a half now. I do not stray. I love this stuff. Then we have another tried and true, Biossance. And keep in mind, these things that I'm recommending are good for sensitive skin. So if you're like me and everything breaks you out, this should work. But it is their gentle cleanser. I use this up down to the last drop. I'll even add a little water in there and shake it up because it's that good. So I have my new favorite skin tint / foundation by Summer Fridays. For anyone wondering, I wear the number 6 and it's almost like a perfect match for me. Like, I don't feel like it's too light or too dark, but I love this stuff. I do wish the container was larger, but that's fine. I'm running out, so I'm gonna re-up. But again, the older that I get, I just don't like a super cakey face. I like a very natural, clean looking foundation, and this is it. And now onto some new things that I'm trying. Cross your fingers for me that it does not break me out, but I've heard really good things about topicals. So I want to try this hydrating moisturizer for any dry patches that I have. I don't know about y'all, but I get dry patches on some parts of my face, and there are times that the moisturizer just doesn't do it. So I'm hoping that this does. And then finally, I bought the travel size of the Topicals Brightening and Clearing Serum. So this is like their dark spot fading treatment serum thingy that I heard works really good on dark spots. So I have a few that are just not letting up, so I'm hoping that this helps. I hear mixed reviews about how it smells. I've heard that it's broken out some people, so I am a little bit worried about that, but I'm still going to give it a try. And let me know if you guys have tried the Topicals line and how you feel about it. But I'm gonna branch out just a little bit and hope that I don't wake up with a swollen face. Hey vlog, so it is a few hours later. Dustin came home, I caught up with him, we ate some dinner, and then we just kind of chilled and watched TV. This is one of the first nights that I've gotten most of my vlog footage edited earlier than like 10 o'clock, so I just took that time to just unwind, stay hydrated, and relax, and I'm so glad I did because I needed that. Anyways, I just got out of the shower. I decided to take down my bun, because sometimes you just need your scalp to just breathe and just have a moment to not be like tensed up. And so that's why I'm looking like the Cowardly Lion right now. But I've done my skincare routine, I'm showered, I'm clean, and I am ready for bed. I'm thinking I may try to sneak in either some reading time or doing some work in the Artist Way book that I mentioned a while ago, because I just need to get started on that. But yeah, it's been a chill vlog, chill night, because Vlogmas has really taken a lot out of me and I have not really gotten a lot of like decompression chill time. Like I only had the other night where I watched a movie with Dustin, but otherwise it's been nonstop for me. So today has been good. I have no regrets. And now I'm going to go wind down. And if this is the last time that I see you guys, thanks so much for watching. And I guess I will see you tomorrow. Bye.